What's up, fellow classers? It's Apollyon here, and Happy New Year to everybody. Hopefully, you all are having a great 2019. I wanted to show you the most OP strat in the game right now: Town Hall 10, Town Hall 11, Town Hall 12. Really, no base design can defend this. No CC troops in the enemy can defend it. No matter pretty much what you do, it's all about your your spell composition, and when you drop them and how you drop them. And we're going to focus on, you can either do a back end Laloon or Mass Dragons. Mass Dragons are the most common and the most powerful, I think, in this particular meta, especially when you have multi-Infernos. But we're going to show some single Infernos too. So we're going to show some 10v10s and an 11v11. And if you notice here, we have one freeze spell and a bunch of bat spells. Bat spells, if you're not aware of, they attack defenses directly. So what you want to do is you want to make sure, if you're going to drop them around a multi-Inferno, a wizard tower, and an expo to a certain extent. If you watch this Wiz Tower right here, it will take care of all of those bats. So anytime you're dropping it by a multi-Inferno or a Wiz Tower, you want to freeze that multi or freeze the Wiz Tower, or both if you possibly can, and then drop your bats right on top as they're frozen. I like to bring 2 rages and a little less bat spells and a freeze, or maybe even 2 freezes, just because bats get so much done with the freeze and the under rage. But we'll look at a couple more. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one right here. And this will be 2 single Inferno and towers. And we don't even need a freeze here, because if you notice, there's no multis. So we're going to drop the rage right on top of that 6 o'clock Inferno tower, and then we'll drop all of our bat spells right in there, and they will take care of all of those air defenses. Air defenses almost do nothing to bats because they're not quick enough to even take care of them. The Wiz Towers will do some damage to them, and they do take care of quite a few of the groups. But if you look at how much of this base is already done, we've taken care of all the sweepers, all the ADs. And now we're just going to go ahead and do some funneling so we can drop our dragons in there. We'll drop our king and queen. It doesn't even matter what's in the CC in this particular one. I think we could have done a little bit better of a job with our king and queen, because we do pull out the enemy Laloon, which you don't necessarily really want to do. It just makes the dragons stay on that lava hound a little bit more, but it's really no big deal. Slammer is what you want to bring every single time. Now, I would have liked to bring a freeze in and drop one of the bat spells, because I would have frozen right here while that slammer is getting burned by the Inferno. Let this slammer come in here. If you guys don't know what slammers do, slammers go from defense to the nearest defense, and it doesn't even matter like the other siege tanks or siege machines. It doesn't matter where the town hall is. They don't go anywhere near the town hall like the other, like the siege machine or the blimp, or the wall wrecker and the blimp. They go directly for the closest defense and continue to do just like balloons. So if you notice, we have so many dragons here. They do pop that hound that's coming out, but we've got a bunch of loons, we've got a bunch of dragons, and really just 2 defenses left, 3 defenses left, 2 Teslas there at the bottom, and then we've got just the queen with ability and the rest of the dragons coming up. So just completely annihilating and crushing these bases. I don't think bats trigger red bombs. I could be wrong about that, but if they do trigger red bombs, there might be a possible way to defend a little bit better. I still haven't seen really any base design do it, but that might be possible, but I'm not sure if they do or not. So let's go ahead and take a look at one more 10v10. All right, and we'll look at another one with 2 single Inferno towers. So we've got the Inferno in the core and the one up in the top towards 10. We do have a freeze and bat spells for that 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock Inferno Tower / Wiz Tower. But we've already started our funneling just like we do with our minor attacks. We've got our dragons funneling on both sides, and then the core dragons coming in with the slammer there. Like, there's your dragon, a max dragon in the CC. Really doesn't make that much of a difference. The slammer, I think, will get targeted by this Inferno Tower in just a second. Not really a big deal. We've got a bunch of dragons coming up from behind, so we've got the slammer releasing all those loons. Some people like to bring a max dragon in their CC with 3 loons. I like to bring all loons. It really just depends on the base design. But here we go with that freeze and I don't think we use rage, just the freeze and the bat spells in at that 10 o'clock and taking out all of these defenses. We still have 8 dragons up. We've got almost tons of bats, and the bats will just focus after they're done with the defenses. They'll just go ahead and target the nearest closest building, and you can see how quickly and how much damage they do. They're great for cleanup as well, just completely tearing through, like lava pups, like minions, just annihilating these buildings. So I mean, again, a very quick attack. Just in my opinion, bats are definitely broken. I think an easy tweak to bats is just don't have them target defenses, have them target the closest building. But you know, I mean, it's really up to Supercell what they want to do. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at 11v11 here, and we will go ahead and look at, and all of these town halls were all max town hall 10s. This one is a max town hall 11. So I mean, you're seeing these bases get hit by completely max defenses. Doesn't really matter about the walls, but max walls, whatever you want to say here. But we've got the queen coming in here, and I've got a little bit of lag going on, but we've got the queen coming in at 1 o'clock with loons behind it. And then we've got the loons being raged to get into that, I think it's a single Inferno tower, and taking that out. And we've got the queen walking our way down, triggering that dragon, and I'm not sure, maybe we Valk in there, a couple Valks, something like that. Really doesn't really matter too much. We would have liked to get that AD at 2 o'clock. That would have been really, really nice. But we're still, being able to do some funneling here. And we've got a baby dragon on that town hall at 3 o'clock, and then we've got our king funneling at 6 o'clock, dropping that wall of dragons with some loons behind it, slammer there, that's going to take care of the 6 o'clock area, and we've got to take care of that dragon some way or another, and I think that's a multi, yeah, that's a multi at 7 o'clock, so it's really not going to do too much damage to that slammer, but we've already dropped our bats in there, completely taking out tons of that stuff at 9 o'clock. There we go. Just look, there's no splash damage. They're just annihilating all those defenses, the ADs, the expos, everything like that. Just completely taking care of everything. The dragons will just have to basically play cleanup, and there's really nothing to take care of them. We did have the Eagle Artillery, which finally went down. We still have our Grand Warden up with full health, and we've got one Lonely Loon, but there's no air targeting defenses at all. So really doesn't make a difference. We've got, I think, 5 or 6 dragons that are still up. I think 6 dragons, and we've got a Lonely Bat cleaning up that last defense, which is a bomb tower. So again, we're swagging a freeze spell. What you want to look for is, at least where you're going to drop your spells, is you want to look for the splash damage. You want to freeze the splash damage wherever you're going to take care of those particular defenses. Now, you definitely want to address single Inferno and towers for dragons, because they will take out 3 or 4 dragons if you don't take care of that. Multis, again, you want to make sure that you freeze the multi and then immediately drop the bat spells on top of them, so that you can take care of the multi and any whiz towers. And you can mix and match the different spells. Like I said, this comp is pretty good for a Town Hall 11. I like to have a couple of rages in there and at least one freeze. But again, you just gotta get used to it. Use your friendly challenges to get used to the timing there. And it really doesn't matter too much coming in on a sweeper either, especially with the slammer, because the slammer tanks so much. So hopefully Supercell will address this. I think if they just switch it, they don't need to put the numbers of bats down any less than they've already done. I think they already nerfed it that way. But if they change the bat spell to target any building, not just the nearest defense, I think it'll definitely be a huge nerf. In fact, if they do that, it might even, to certain bases, it will get rid of their usage. But other bases like the one we mentioned, where we saw where there's 4 ADs right next to each other, it will still be very viable. So I think that'll be a better thing. So let me know what you guys are finding with the bat spell, if you guys are using it, if you've tried these attacks yet. I think it's incredibly powerful and the most powerful attack strategy and I think the meta right now for all the Town Hall 10s, 11s, and 12s. I see them getting fresh hit and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys have a great new year. I'm going to try to do some more videos. If there's anything particular that you want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys are looking for as far as strategies, as far as anything like that. Don't mind the sun that's coming in. It's a beautiful day here. Kind of giving me a little bit of a tan here. But go ahead and use these different compositions to practice. Get used to where you're dropping your troops, where you're dropping your spells, and go ahead and get those 6-star clan wars and practice those 3-star attacks.